Well, folks, I'm assuming I can talk about this show now without getting my video blocked by Paramount. So, Divorce Sisters, because everybody wants me to talk about it. So, yeah, the trailer dropped this morning. I chose to ignore it after what happened last week, but we do not need to go into that right now. So, long story short, I am seeing conflicting reactions to this show. We got a teaser promo, but essentially it reminded me of the first promo that we ever got for Sisters when it first dropped way back in 2019, where we see, the main characters, the actresses, and, they're in front of, well, the background is one color. One color. And we're introduced to Rashida, Geneva, Naomi, Tiffany, and Bridget. And according to Deadline, I don't have a lot to go off here, just to be completely blunt. There's only like two statements to describe the series. So here's what we got. The world of Sisters is expanding once again with this new spinoff, Divorce Sisters. Not going to hold you. Could have been a better name. The series is coming to BET Plus. Now, here's what we do know. The series itself will premiere, so I'm assuming the episode 1, will come on June 9th, the same day as the BET Awards. Now, June 9th is a Monday. I have not watched the BET Awards live in I don't know how long, but aren't those awards typically on a weekend? And June 9th, I could have sworn the BET Awards used to come on later in the summer than early June. I don't know. Maybe they readjusted things. Who cares? Well, yeah. So June 9th, the show was going to come on BET, but it's going to be available to stream on BET Plus the next day, which is June 10th. So, assuming this series is going to go the same route as, let's say, Bruh, Ruthless, or Zatima, we're not getting every episode at one time. I'm guessing that maybe we'll get one or two episodes the first week, and then after that, we're getting one episode per. Yeah, I don't know if this is a 30-minute show, an hour-long show, or what. I'm going to assume it is probably the same length as the Zatima, where episodes can range between 19 to 32 plus minutes, give or take. That's going to be my assumption right there. The series synopsis is we're going to follow 5 close friends as they navigate life, love, and the challenges that come with divorce, marriage, and dating. As they lean on each other through heartbreak and healing, their biggest test comes from, well, within their own circle, challenging their loyalty, character, and true bond of sisterhood. Now, according to Tyler Perry, this series is a story of resilience and the power of female friendship. It is my hope that audiences will fall in love with these dynamic characters and that they'll be able to explore their own personal truths about healing and love in the process. I'm excited to launch this new show and proud to do it on BET's biggest night of the year and in their 45th year of programming. So that is essentially everything there is to know about this series, aside from the fact that it is created, written, and directed by Tyler Perry, who is also executive producer. So I'm assuming no writer's room on this one. It's only Perry. Now, what do I think? That's what everybody wants to know. I think the title is pretty much, explanatory. Do we really need this show? Do we really need it? I don't know. You know what? I had some thoughts going into this video, and I want to tell you right now. I don't know if this show is going to be any good. This could be one of the worst Tyler Perry's ever created. This could be up there with the best of them. I don't know, because I haven't seen anything. We haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any promotional photos. I haven't seen clips from episodes, a full-on trailer that's, showing us scenes and dialogue. I'm pretty sure because June 9th, that's what? 1, 2, 3, about 4 weeks from today. Yeah, 4 weeks from today. So We got about a month before this series drops. I'm pretty sure we'll get something in the near future, probably towards the end of May, because I'm guessing that since it's a BET Plus show, they'll drop it during the first week of June, like the first official trailer for the show, or the last week of May. Who's to tell? But I will say this much, and I wholeheartedly mean this too. So I want you to hang on every word I'm about to say because I'm being completely honest and sincere. Regardless as to how you feel about this show, if we need it, if it's going to be any good, because hey, we'll judge the show when it comes out. I want to tip my hat to Tyler Perry. For it, I am 100% sincere when I say this. For him creating this show and allowing black actors to work. You want to know why I'm saying this? Because think about the past couple of weeks where a lot of people have voiced their grievances with CBS during their renewal and cancellation period, where a lot of the shows that have been canceled just so happen to be black shows. Now, I'm not getting into the whole, oh, well, DEI is over, so they're canceling the black stuff. I'm just talking about the fact that, yeah, a noticeable amount of the shows that were axed were black shows, like Papa's House, which honestly wasn't really that good, but I watched and reviewed every episode anyway because I did like it for what it was. I just saw yesterday the Queen Latifah series, The Equalizer. Okay, that show did get 5 seasons though. And somebody else also sent me a post about Young Dylan on Nickelodeon getting canceled. But again, it got 5 seasons. That was a pretty good run for a show. So I think that it's very cool to see that Tyler Perry is still doing his thing and, keeping black actors, black crew members working because of the fact that when it comes to, CBS and letting go of all these shows, I'm thinking to myself, man. And I think this news came out right around the time She the People dropped their first trailer. And I'm like, I wasn't that impressed. But in hindsight, I'm like, that's the name of the game. And it shows you how much leverage Tyler Perry has in the lane that he created for himself. Where you have these networks that, black creators want to get their work on so badly, whether it be an ABC or CBS or whatever. It could be possibly the best show of all time, but it gets axed after 1 season. But then you have Tyler Perry, who can come out with shows that, let's be real, for the most part, really aren't that good, yet they can get cranked out for 3 to 4 seasons. But I think the major difference is the fact that more often than not, you have certain directors and creators who hope to get picked up by a major network, but on the flip side, you have these major platforms going to Tyler Perry like, hey, can you whip us up a couple movies for our platform because we saw the amazing streaming numbers you got for, this other platform. So that's the one thing I will say, I got to give credit where credit is due. Now, I do believe DeVal and Kadeen were on the Breakfast Club this morning, and I do not know if they talked about this series on the interview. Part of me wants to pause this recording now, quickly watch that interview, see if they talked about it, because I would love to know if this series came about, I don't know, from a conversation, because typically that's how Tyler Perry does things. Like if he just so happens to be talking with somebody or he overhears, because remember he said that about Sistas, the show was born from overhearing some of the female employees at Tyler Perry studios talking about their men problems or relationship issues. And he's like, you know what? I can do something with this because, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm about 10 minutes in. I want to pause this recording. And when this picks up, this will be a Jeremy who has seen the interview. Okay, so this is me about 20 minutes later. Yeah, I watched it at double speed. Divorced Sisters did not come up once. Get it? Good interview though, I will say that. But the point I was trying to make was I was wondering if possibly the show was inspired, I don't know, by a conversation between DeVal, Kadeen, and Tyler. I don't know. And no, I'm not trying to hint towards, oh no, the Ellises are getting a divorce. No. I was just wondering if that was, just one of those things where maybe DeVal and Kadeem were telling Tyler about somebody who sent a question to their podcast or something like that. And he's like, you know what? I could do something with that. No. But in terms of divorced sisters, I know LaToya got a divorce a year or so ago. I don't know about the other actresses. Portia Coleman, Brianna Price, Jennifer Sears. Yeah, I don't think I know of any of them going through divorces that were in the media, because I think about it from the perspective of, oh, well, look at divorce in Divorce in the Black, because Megan Good and Corey Hardrick both went through divorces recently, so I wonder if the show was based on that. I don't know. But keep in mind that the show is about challenges that come from divorce, marriage, and dating. So just because the show is called Divorced Sisters doesn't mean all of the main characters are divorced, even though the title definitely suggests that. All right, but look at Sisters. When that show started, Karen was technically the only one in a relationship, but then again, it was on and off for 3 years. Andy was in an affair, not a relationship, for 6 months with Gary. So, interesting. So, to bring it back to the point of Tyler creating these shows and allowing, black actors to work, again, props to him. And it also just goes to show, when you have Tyler backing you, when Tyler's in your corner, or you leave an impression on him that's so good, you can't lose, because he will make a show or create a part that maybe he has you in mind for, and he'll put you in it. Now, the reason I'm giving this show a bit of optimism is that Kadeen is in it, aka DeVal's wife. And I keep thinking about how it was stated so much leading into Zatima, before it even came out a few years ago, that DeVal and Crystal took the actors under their wing and had like a boot camp, if you will, to like study the lines and, go over their characters, and they became a family. But more, from there, the goal was to make Zatima as good as it could be and get better as time went on. So basically, it's like, hey, we got this opportunity, let's not blow it. And when it comes to, from what I can tell, from what I've seen of the Ellises, they don't half-ass anything. Now, I don't know who the lead. Oh, actually, the article does say LaToya Luckett is the lead of the ensemble cast. So when it comes to Kadeen, something tells me that her and the cast did a lot of work together in order to make this show as good as it could be. Now, I've seen some positivity in regards to the show, and I mean, like, obviously, fans of LaToya, fans of Kadeen are like, yes, yes, yes. But I've seen some fans a bit more optimistic in terms of Divorced Sisters could imply women who are a bit older than the sisters of Sisters, and as a result, maybe this could be a show with a bit more maturity and structure. To be completely honest, I wouldn't mind this at all. A show that definitely gives off the vibes of more mature women. I'd rather see women in their mid 30s, early 40s conducting themselves in a more realistic way than the ditzy, airheaded, let's be real here, women of sisters who are like 35 or so and they're acting like they're in high school. Give us a show with more structure, realistic storylines and behavior patterns, and then I think we got a hit. Now, we also have some actors in here who I believe I've seen before. Donovan Christie Jr. It says The Oval, but no, he was in Tyler Perry's If Loving You Is Wrong as Larry, and he was in Perimeter. Devon Franklin, and if memory serves, he and Tyler Perry actually have a contract deal where they're working on faith-based material together, so it's cool to see him in this show. Robert Christopher Riley, he was in Dynasty. Let me Google him. The name looks familiar. I don't think I recognize the actor's name off the top of my head. Wait a minute. Dynasty, perfect. Oh, he was in Hit the Floor. That's it. Isn't he in Beyond the Gates too? Let me double check because the actor looks like a character I saw recently named Carlton. I think he's a doctor friend of Ted Richardson, who's a surgeon. Yep, he's in Beyond the Gates. Haha, I knew I recognized him. So my question is, in terms of, actually, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, in terms of these male characters, it goes back to what I was saying, that maybe not all of these women have gone through divorces per se. Maybe, a couple of them have. One of them's married. One of them's in a relationship. So there's an interesting dynamic here. I remember last week when I saw the picture on Google, my instant thought was Single Moms Club. Oh, that could be another angle this show takes. Maybe some of these women are actually mothers. I feel like this could be the chance of a different dynamic with a different group of women. So that's pretty much my spin on it. I mean, the title of this video might come across of, dang, Jeremy doesn't like this show. Do we really need this show? Who is this for? No, I'm actually kind of optimistic because maybe Tyler got a little something for us. My biggest question is like, what inspired this show though? Considering they're dropping it in June and they did Sisters, the writing and everything. Yeah, I'm wondering like, when did he get inspired to write this? I'm pretty sure the closer we get to the premiere date is when we'll learn more. But let's talk about a couple of other things as well. And that is this show being a spinoff and what that means. Now, I am not going to sit up here and go, okay, yeah, this series better connect to Sisters. Okay, we better see like, I don't know, let's see if Naomi goes to the bank that Maurice and Sabrina work at, or Bridget, what if she goes to the airport where Danny works, or this, that, and the third. It would be nice, but I don't think it's necessary. Just because it's divorced sisters within the sisterverse, first of all, it doesn't need to take place in Atlanta, but I'm pretty sure it will. It would be nice if it didn't though, but I'm pretty sure it is. I think about bruh because it's crazy how yet again, this show is promoted as, oh, this is the second spinoff. Tyler Perry's Bruh was the first spinoff. Y'all can't act like it doesn't exist. But from what I was told by some of the actors years ago, season 1 of Bruh, KJ Smith, Andy, was in like 3 or 4 episodes. So was Bellamy, her old boss at the law firm during season 1. They were in episodes. Well, KJ was in 3 or 4. Bellamy was like in 1 brief scene. The shows were connected. In Sistas season 2, episode 1 or 2, Andy does name drop Mike, but that's it. So after season 1, after season 1 of Bruh, they dropped the whole idea of same continuity. So Bruh, I guess technically they discarded the spinoff aspect of it. So then Zatima came out. And before the show even came out, well, actually episode 1, because I was one of the people trying to map out things. They're like, hey, treat Zatima as his own separate thing. So basically when Zach and Fatima aren't on screen in Sisters, they're off doing Zatima stuff. So then it got to the point where treat it as his own separate universe. But then they started bringing characters and plot points from Zatima to Sisters. So Zatima's in limbo right now, okay? It's a spinoff of Sisters starring 2 of the stars of Sisters. There you go. So Divorced Sisters is a spinoff of Sisters, but I don't know if it is going to be in the same universe / continuity of Sisters, because let's take it to Zatima. Plot-wise, continuity-wise, Ruthless is a BET Plus show. Ruthless does exist in Zatima, aka the Sisterverse. However, it is relegated to an actual show on BET Plus. And by extension, that means The Oval is a TV show within the Sisterverse or Zatimaverse. So, oh yeah, All the Queen's Men is also connected to Sisters. Yeah. So when it comes to Divorced Sisters, here's what I think could work nicely. Andy. Now, I don't know jack squat about this show, and I'm being completely honest. Last week when I posted that picture and video, that's all I had. I don't know anything. Divorced Sisters, here are the 5 women in it. That's it. That's all I know. I can't tell you when this was filmed. I can't tell you who else is in it because I don't know. KJ Smith could be in a scene for all I know, but I don't. But I think the cleanest way for this to work, and this is just my opinion here, the show is called Divorced Sisters. Andrea Barnes works at the law firm, and she handles family cases, including what now? Divorce. And what was the first thing we saw Andy doing in the pilot episode of Sisters? Handling a divorce settlement. So why not do the same thing in Divorced Sisters, where Andrea Barnes is the key to let people know that, hey, wait a minute, this show takes place in the same universe. Boom. Now, if Andy isn't in the show, at least have her name drop. Let's say one of the girls is, because it's exposition. The first few episodes of a show is exposition. Let one of them mention like their divorce, like, wait, I'm lucky I got out of my divorce with as much as I did thanks to that hotshot lawyer, Miss Barnes, because she really took my ex-husband to the cleaners. There you go. Boom. Continuity. So I'm thinking Andy could be the linchpin of Sisters and Divorced Sisters in the same way that Andy was the linchpin between Bruh and Sisters when the shows were indeed connected. So that's just my opinion. And if they wanted to take it a step further, one of these women could be Rich's ex-wife, because remember, Tony and Rich were all married, well, both married at some point, but got divorces. And we met Tony's ex-wife, but we didn't meet Rich's ex-wife. They don't have to go that far, but I'm just bringing up a possibility of connection and continuity. Another thing, I believe Kadeen is playing a woman named Geneva. Will Geneva and Zach ever meet on screen? I don't know. That would be cool though if Geneva and Zach, aka DeVal and Kadeen, met on screen. That would be something the fans would go nuts over. It's possible, but I don't think we need it. I don't think we need it. Also, fun fact, Kadeen actually played in the Sisterverse before. Season 1 of Bruh, which was connected to Sisters, she was a nurse at the hospital where Tom works at. So, technically speaking, for a short amount of time, Kadeen was in the Sister universe along with Zach. Just wanted to point that out. And the last thing is, well, actually, that was all I had in my notes here. Yeah, so there you go. Those are my thoughts on Divorced Sisters. Again, it could use a different name because it is a tongue twister saying Sisters and Divorced Sisters a bunch of times in the same script. So, I hope it's good. I hope it's good because of the fact that, well, we need more black content, especially in the midst of a bunch of shows getting canceled. I mean, from what I can tell, this seems like a pretty stacked cast. And as a result, we could be in for quite a surprise. My initial thought when seeing this, aside from the Single Moms Club, is I wonder if this is Tyler's answer to Harlem. Think about it. Because as soon as Beauty in Black came out, I instantly thought, this looks like Tyler Perry's answer to P-Valley. And this show reminds me of Harlem. You know, a group of women looking for love and stuff like that. So I wonder, and I will throw this out here as a theory, I wonder if Tyler looked at feedback of Sisters, particularly the last 2 seasons, and took some of the grievances of the fans and constructed this show based on that. And it's like, okay, so I've had 8 seasons of Sisters. Let me make a show from scratch. That's a spinoff. And let me not make the same mistakes with this show. And it will be a hit. Now, I could be giving him a bit too much credit there. Because we know more often than not, he doesn't give a damn about fan reception unless the ratings take a noticeable dip. So, we'll just have to wait and see. But, hey, to everybody involved in the show, congratulations for getting the green light. We'll just have to wait and see if it's a hit or miss come next month. But in terms of, did we really need this? I would be a hypocrite to say Tyler didn't need to give Sisters another spinoff. When I sit up here and watch, well, honestly, I don't watch every Marvel thing like I used to. I mean, look at all the TV shows and movies and spinoffs they do with that. So who am I to say Sisters doesn't deserve another spinoff when some of the movie franchises and all that I entertain, well, I watch for entertainment, have a bunch of spinoffs and whatnot. So, hey, it is what it is. Could one of these women be friends with one of the women in the Sisters group? Heck, one of these women could be a friend of Fatima for all we know. But like I said, we don't necessarily need to have everything connected. It would be nice to make it feel like a reward for watching all the shows, as always, and also to make it feel like, okay, I have to watch these other shows and pay attention because, hey, this character made a reference to something that, you know, was relevant in another series. So yeah, as soon as more information comes down the pipeline, I think it is safe for me to talk about it because, you know, all these other outlets are talking about it. One last thing though. Similar to Zatima when it first came out. Remember what was my number one concern? What was my number one concern about Zatima? The theme song. So, my question is, will Divorced Sisters have a banger? All I'm saying is, you got LaToya, who just so happened to be part of Destiny's Child and had a decent solo career. So, I mean, if there's a theme song, don't you think she could sing it? Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there because, hey, I'm going to be honest, LaToya Luckett was my favorite member of Destiny's Child way back when. I remember that episode where Destiny's Child was on Smart Guy. And LaToya was there. She had the Houston accent, the long hair and everything. I'm like, oh man, she's the best. Yeah, I know Beyonce, Kelly, and they look good too, but there was something about LaToya. I was like, Mo is a lucky man. But yeah, LaToya was my favorite. So, and I also loved her in Greenleaf. So there's that. But yeah, I'm interested to see what this show has to bring to the table. Will it be the best new thing Tyler Perry has created? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But it is on BET Plus, so I'm expecting. Well, you know what? Never mind. I won't even go there. So, like and subscribe. Let me know your 2 cents in the comments below. Are you excited for Divorced Sisters? And all I'm saying is, this isn't a complaint, but you greenlit another sister spinoff. Could we just get one more season of bruh to finish up that show? I'd really appreciate it. All right, well, like and subscribe. I'll catch you all in the next video.